This is Sally with the Polka Dot Life. I just wanted to hop on real quick. This is going to be a totally unscripted, totally unedited kind of video, but I just wanted to show you some of the new things that I got from ordering from the annual catalog. Yes, I did pay for 2-day shipping, so my order arrived late yesterday afternoon. And I did take some time to get some packaging off and those kind of things last evening, but I just wanted to give you a look at some of the goodies. I wanted to show you this grid paper. It comes in packages and it is great for your work surface. If you do not have grid paper, you need to get some grid paper. It just makes things lining up on your card so much easier, keeps your surface clean, all of those kinds of things. This is our annual catalog, and so we can now open it up and show you. I took mine to a local office supply store where they bound mine and put some hard clear covers on it. So hopefully once we open it, we won't have an issue with glare. But just think of this as more than a catalog. You will see I have tabs all over mine. Well, first of all, I have a love for office supplies, but second, I mark layouts and things that I enjoy. So if you see one, especially at the top, I try to keep them at the top or the sides for that. And so that is what those tabs are for, marking something that I want to go back and either case that layout or just get some inspiration from it. And these ones down here are for today to help me find my way. We're not going to go through every page, but I just thought that for what I got, I would show you the page that it was on. I was going to start with just sweets, but I think we're just going to go front to back quickly. I don't want this to be a 3-hour video, and so that's what we're going to do. This is the handmade hugs, and I'm not sure, let me slide this over here this way. Yeah, just wanted to check my camera. This way we won't get as much glare on this stamp case from my lighting. So this is the handmade hugs set. It's a photopolymer set. It goes with the punch that is this shape. And so I already own the punch, so I wanted to add this to my collection. And I liked the sending hugs and stuff. I thought that was really fun. And I like these shapes also to decorate your tags up a little bit. These little fleur-de-lis. They're not fleur-de-lis, but you know, just those florally kind of images. And if you hear me, I'm just going to toss some things down on the floor. My studio is a hot mess right now. So let's see, let's just take a look here real quick. This is one I want to buy. That's what this tab is for. I didn't order that yet, but that is on my list. Next up, we have the Les Shops Suite Collection. It comes, if you order the whole suite using this number, you will get the designer series paper, you will get the die or the dies and the stamp set. So the stamps and the dies do come in a bundle if you just want the bundle. And then it also has these sequins. So let me see here. I put some embellishments and things different places. So here is the stamp set. And it is going to have a lot of great little images that are going to go well with other things. And I love this shop too. I like all the little sentiments and signs, the words for signs. I love that. And here are the dies. And these are going to be fun. I want to make sure these are in a good view for you. Kind of get my mapping straight here. I love this post, this lamp post. I love the bench. There are a lot of things I like about this set. And so I think that this is going to be one of those sets that we mix and match into other scenery things that we build in our scrapbook pages and in our cards. I think those will be really, really nice. And here are those sequins. These will be great for shaker cards. And just keep in mind that this catalog is good for a year, so it's going to catch some seasons and things that aren't necessarily represented in here. These will be wonderful. If you make shaker cards at Christmas, these will be wonderful for that. That make perfect snow. Okay, now that we've moved those other things, this is a beautiful, this totally was one that surprised me. I love these papers. I was not expecting to love this. I love the color combinations that they use. And so even when I go into other cards, that is what I am going to do. I'm going to steal that perfect color combination. And look, just little food and bakery items from the little shops. And this is a great pattern. That'd be great for some masculine cards. And this is fun too. These are these same shops done in a much smaller scale, and these are the shops done in a much larger scale in, I'm guessing this is Balmy Blue. I don't know. I didn't look specifically at what the color combo was, but I'm guessing that's probably what it is. Here are some shops in some other colors. I love these two. I think these are fun. All occasion cards. These B-sides are always great. Stampin' Up! Does do a great job of balancing a more subtle print or more subdued print, I should say, maybe. And then some of these larger imagery things and just sometimes maybe a little loud for people or too busy, then they always offer an alternative. Oh, look at the books. I love it. It's so, so fun. Okay, so let's see. That is Balmy Blue, Basic Black, Cajun K's, Calypso Coral, Crumb Cake, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, Pecan Pie, Petal Pink, Pumpkin Pie, and Shaded Spruce. I save these and I just store my cardstock right on top of these. And then I use the paper sleeves from Stampin' Storage to keep my papers from getting dog-eared and whatnot. And then I use these in my wall unit. And next up on page 39, oh, this is what I wanted to show you. The treat bags. Those are something that I don't normally pay a super lot of attention to. However, in this catalog, sprinkled through here, they have several designs using these. And you can see I've got this flagged because I like some of these layouts, how they use these these bags. They just cut a piece out of it and used it on their card. So these are the in colors: boho blue, oh heaven, what is this? Copper clay, pebbled path, nudie mauve, and wild wheat. And so I think that treat bags, these are going to be great. I think that for just cutting these apart and using these on other things is going to be great also. But here is a gift bag done with that too, and I like that a lot. Okay, I know I'm weird, but let's put this right here. This is the set out of the whole catalog I was the most excited to get. I think I missed one too, but we'll go back and get that. I love this set, Bird's Eye View. Is this not the cutest thing with these birds that can wear eyeglasses? They just cracked me up. I thought it was fun. I think that you could do bird cards, you could do whimsical cards, you can do birthday cards, you can do, here they just use the books as stamping a background. I like that as well. Let me see if I can hop back here and get whichever page I missed. I guess I didn't miss one. It will come up here soon. But I just thought this was so fun. I love this one. And we are just chucking things on the floor. If it wasn't a mess in here, it certainly will be when we're finished. This is the one I thought was that I missed, but I didn't. This is the phrases for all. I love big sentiments. And I send a lot of birthday cards, and sometimes I feel like I use the same greetings over and over. So I like the big happy birthday, and I like confetti and cake for your happy day. I like that. I also love this sentiment, this sending hugs and love when words aren't enough. I also, Sarah Douglas talked about this set on her video this week. If you don't follow Sarah, I think it's the official name of her Facebook page is Sarah Douglas, CEO maybe, I'm not sure. But look her up. Every Tuesday, most Tuesdays, she goes live in the afternoons and does some things with kits. Now, she has a totally very different style than me. And I think that she's probably maybe in the minority with her style. But I love being influenced by that. She teaches me different ways to use things, and I think that stretches us. But she talked about loving this line stamp, and you can see that right there. I think that is a really nice way to use that as well. See here where we are next, page 67. This should have been a bundle. But when you order at 5 a.m. on a catalog release day and you have a very large order, sometimes you mess things up. And I totally used the wrong number. And I meant to order this bundle because it has some great labels in it. But also you'll see it die cuts these images like this so that they can get tucked behind things. And so like this too. And it's not as hard to adhere them when you've got this little piece here as when you're trying to add just some greenery on its own. I think that that is really important. These you see will fit in those different tags. I love these sentiments. A very big thank you. You are so kind. Hope your day is filled with everything good. And like, thank you for being there, for always being there. I think that those will be really nice. Let's slide this over just a minute, and we're going to talk about this page right here. These are the darling details. I wasn't going to get this at first, but the more I looked at it, I really liked the dies. That is what sold me. Put it this way, on this set. I love these dies. And like I say, this catalog is our workhorse catalog. It's going to be here for a long time. We will have other things, and other things that I enjoy and like will come around. But these dies and things, papers that are in this catalog are my workhorse for the next year in my studio. So that's where I decided to go ahead and get them. I love this die. And so you can see over here, they've used this die. I think that these will pair well with a lot of other sets. And I do like this sentiment, count me among all the people who are here for you. And I love this one too. You're not here. I hate that. I think that is really super fun. And I do have the stamp set, but since we talked about it there, we just won't take time for that. Here we have another suite. This was another one I was not going to order. I thought, oh, I'm not sure this is really me. But then the more I looked at the papers, I always do generally at least get the papers from a suite. I really like the papers. These will be great for fall cards. They'll be great for masculine cards, even if I wouldn't have gotten the suite of products. And so I think that this will be a great paper to add to your arsenal, even if you aren't interested in anything else. So first, let's talk about the bundle. Let me take this out of here so it doesn't glare on you. So I love these larger dies. I think that they're going to be great to intersperse in with other things, even if it's not all on their own. But I like this one. I'm anxious to get this and play with it. I believe this is one that's not going to cut out. It's going to cut into your paper. Just this is going to be great for just a little, when you need just a little something of an element on your card. I think that's going to work well. And then here on the Earth and Textures stamp set, we have thank you. You are proof there's good in the world. With gratitude, your thoughtfulness is much appreciated. You always know just what to say and do. And I think that these stamps are going to be fun. Let me kind of put these down. And let me move this over here. The examples in the catalog are fabulous. I just think that we are going to be able to hone in on these and see a lot of ways that they use things. My friend and I were talking about this particular paper, and we'll get to that here in a minute, about how we remember dinnerware, you know, coffee mugs, so on, that they used to have in this pattern. And we've come to the conclusion it maybe was a grocery store giveaway, or perhaps like green stamps or something like that. Because she said, I had them, but I don't even remember where I got them. I love textiles. You all know that about me. This is so fun. It is very thin, so it's not going to add a lot of bulk or weight to your cards, but I think it is just going to add some wonderful texture. I love in particular here how they wrapped one of their elements with that. I think that is going to be great. And then here are the colors. Each suite has the coordinating colors. Sometimes the designer series paper have more colors. Sometimes they're listed, sometimes they are not. In the back where the designer series paper is listed, it will always show you the official colors that are listed for that paper if it maybe doesn't match up with here. But sometimes you see other colors in your designer series paper that aren't listed. And I think that that's probably just for space on product packaging and so on that they do that. That is so nice. I love that. This is going to be so pretty for fall. I love this set too. These, either one, are going to be good for just any kind of card. This is kind of just a stitching and then like several rows of it. I don't know even what you would call it, but it's very nice. Love this one. I can see this just going for any kind of card. Same way with this. This would be great for a young boy that's not necessarily a little boy, but or a tween boy. This denim kind of look, I think that's good. Or girl, either one. And here you go. I'm not sure exactly what these plants are. I'm not sure you would call them plants. They kind of remind me of something that's maybe dead. That's just the aftermath that's remaining, like the wintered look of a plant. That's kind of what that reminds me of. This would be great. You can turn this either way. Sky. This could be water. I see that going for a lot of different kinds of things. Or just an ombre. Here's the print I was talking about that reminded my friend and I of the dishware. But if you cut out one of your pots, if you aren't old enough to remember, this used to be really popular in a lot of stuff. And so a lot of times those pots were, and sometimes still are, made with this type of design. I would say it's just a glaze effect that you put down over that, and it has kind of some color still swirled into it. And so if you put your dies for your pots on there, that's going to give you that effect. And I really like that one too. So there is the Earth and Elegance suite of products. Next up, we have 2 stamp sets that I love, and I love that Stampin' Up! Is not afraid to say, hey, this is our faith, and here we are. We know that a lot of you agree with that, and we want to give you some products that you can use to share your faith. And so here we have Courage and Faith, and it has scriptures in it. I love those. I think these will be fun to use on other cards as well. And let's see, this is a cling set. And it looks like these are going to be pretty large. I like that. Here's the Hope and Prayer. Now this is a returning favorite, but I didn't have it. So I just went ahead and ordered both because I love these sayings as well. So, and I wanted a cross symbol. I didn't have one. And if you take a look here at their examples that they've used, I think those are really nice. My friend and I were talking, we particularly like this one. It's nice to have a Stampin' friend that you can just get excited about all the new goodies with. Of course, I think that you all are that way too, or you probably wouldn't be tuning in. Ooh, hate to do that. Let's slide this up. This is Kindest Expressions, and these are large. Let's see. Yeah, if you can see there, these are pretty large sentiments here. If you can see here, this is showing you what size they actually are. I will get those all stickered up soon. But I love these, and I like how they use all of them, or they just use a few of them here, different times through the catalog. Sometimes you'll find examples that aren't on this page right with them, but you'll find them later, sprinkled in through the catalog as well. Here we have another suite. We have the Let's Go Fishing. And this is one of those times where you can either order it all here. You would get the bundle, you would get the paper and the embossing folder. I forgot to add the embossing folder, so that is already ordered. It's already entered in on my next order. I haven't submitted it yet, but that is already on the list. But I like the paper. Like I say, I try to get the paper. These are also, this is a great color combination as well. And I like the B-sides on a lot of these papers. Plus, I do have some people in my life that like fishing. My friend, she likes to fish. My oldest nephew is particularly skilled at fishing. I have some great nephews that like fishing. And so I thought that this would be a good thing. So I like the happy retirement sentiment. I did not have one of those, and I've had occasions, several occasions where I could have used one. And so that's one. And so like when you're cleaning out your craft stash, yes, there may be some sets that you don't really want that you're done playing with anymore. And that's fine to move those along to a new home, to someone that does. But when you get a sentiment in particular that you're looking for and you want to just keep, that's okay too. If you want to add some sets to your collection and keep them simply for the sentiments. I also like the good things come to those who wait. I like this, So Glad That You're My Dad. I will probably use that for my father-in-law's card, and or Happy Father's Day, or combination of both. My dad is deceased, but I was so glad and blessed that he was my dad. And here is the Designer Series paper. Aren't these colors beautiful? Now, I also just had this realization. Let me peek. Yes, finally a set with Very Vanilla instead of white. I love using Very Vanilla, so this is going to be an exciting thing for me. But I love this with the fish. Like I say, I'm not a big fisher person, but I do actually think that that's very nice. Even people that just don't necessarily fish but enjoy the outdoors would enjoy a card with this. And then there's the B side, a nice gingham. This will be good fall, Christmas, all year. And here we have, I'm not sure if this qualifies as a lure or a fly. I don't know for sure the difference. I know what a fly actually looks like. As I said, my oldest nephew is very skilled in that. He has been mentioned in publications for his fly tying, that kind of stuff, especially he was very young. So this is a great print. I love that. This even reminds me somewhat of women's fashion for the summer. I saw a lot of things in linen done in that print. But again, we still have some fishing things here. But yet another great, just basic design. I think this is one that could be made to be water. It could be just a generic background. I think this would work for a lot of things. This looks like it's kind of like a topography or something maybe of water. I'm not exactly sure what the proper name for it. Maybe it's like a sonar map or something. I know a lot of the fishing boats here. I live in Alabama and we have great fishing here. A lot of the big Bassmaster tournaments and so on come here nearby to a local big lake that kind of connects to a river. And so we get a lot of people that love to fish here. This has rods and lines, kind of a fishnet effect. More fish in these blues. I'm just so in love with the blues right now. Like I say, I don't know why. I'm not normally a blue person, but it's all over in fashion and home decor. Our team for Stampin' Up, considering they did this a few years ago, are great at forecasting trends, and just they've really nailed it, I think, in this catalog. And there's the blue. But I love how these different blues are all going to pair together through this catalog in this season. Let's see, lots of returning favorites too. Here's another sweet. And you know, I want to take a minute. Anything that has a pink N, if you even just want to scan through your catalog and find a pink N, that's going to tell you it's something new. Otherwise, it might be something you overlooked in a previous catalog and you're like, oh, I'm seeing this in a new way, new layouts, new examples. So that's one thing to look for is the pink N, because there are a few things sprinkled in that are actually kind of hard to see. This bundle is made up of 2 punches and a stamp set called Inked and Tiled. And so I love a punch. I'm not really sure, like my friend and I were talking, that what the correlation is between the tiles and the florals, but it really works. No matter what their reasoning was, it really, really does work. Because these glare, we're going to move these off the screen. And look here at our examples. This suite comes with paper, the bundle, and this beautiful ribbon. I am falling in love with Lost Lagoon. It is really competing for favorite color of the new color refresh. I love this color, and this ribbon's nice. Maybe it looks like a couch fabric, might be a really bad example, but I think it's stiff enough to use for some things, but still soft enough that we'll be able to tie knots and bows with it. And then these are 6 by 6, and you get, I don't know how many how many sheets in a pack. That kind of tells you that at that back part where it shows all the designer series paper. But I love all of these sheets. These ones are a little bit easier to handle to show you on a video. I'm not a big fan of 6 by 6 paper. I think it limits you a lot, but I do think that the scale of these prints lends itself to a 6 by 6. So lots of pretty colors, nice color combination. This is also, even if you don't buy several of the things from here, but you have some of the new colors, This is going to take your catalog, study it, use their color combinations, learn how to use those new colors, learn what plays nicely with another color. Like that print. That's happy and fun. And now this has white in it, but some prints you could definitely use very vanilla with. Like I would use it with that one. I would use it with that one, even it kind of has both. We're having a lot of plaids this year too. And on page 96, we have a stamp set that is called Layering Leaves. And this was another one I kind of looked at first and thought, oh, I don't know. But this is a $1 Million Sales Achiever set by Rachel Tessman. And she designed this with purpose that it matches a punch that we already have. And I know that she is going to come up with some amazing things to show us over this next year using this set. And so I went ahead and got it also because I love the script on these sayings. I think that's a really nice font. It has a speckle stamp, which everybody needs to have at least one speckle stamp in their arsenal. And you'll see here I have this flag. I love this card layout. I think that is a really nice layout. Ah, this is why I have this one marked. This is one of those things that you're going to miss. It's the Petal Patterns die, and this doesn't have that pink N here because it's not really featured on these for sales here. It's in the back with the dies, but you are going to miss this if you don't, it's just one of those things. So take note of what's up here. You may see something that just doesn't jump out at you in the catalog. But the Petal Patterns dies, they have two parts. Let's put them this way. There's two parts. There's like an under part, which you'll see here, and then the over part. And then you see them layered on top of one another here in this layout. And so I'm anxious to play with that. Even though these are large and they're square, these would be really nice for scrapbooking. But that doesn't mean that you can't use them on your cards. We can make these work for cards for sure. Okay, then on page 102, we have our next suite of products called Masterfully Made. And I love the die that does this. It makes it like a torn notebook page. Love these. Wait till you see them. I was not expecting the scale. I wasn't expecting how large they would be. I love it. I am a color girl. You know that about me. I love bright colors, which this is kind of a blend. It has a soft color. It has more of like regal tones in it, and then it has some brights. So it's a great combination. So with the suite, there are these sequins and go from smaller to, and they're not too big. That's one thing I like about them. They are not super big and they don't have a hole in them, which makes it a little bit awkward. So I like that. And here is the stamp set. I know that's going to glare over here, but we're just going to keep it. Maybe if I tilt it, it won't be too bad. I like this. I didn't have a background stamp that did words. And so I like that kind of a grunge thing. And same goes with this. And these dies. Look how large this is. I love, love, love this. I think both of these are going to be wonderful additions just when you need a little something behind a sentiment or behind other images. These are going to work great. Here we have that die that cuts out that torn notebook edge. This one is for like a torn paper edge, and this one's kind of a torn edge tag. And I kind of want to point that out, like some of the paper itself looks like it's torn. This was cut out using the die, that bottom half. But towards the back of the catalog where we have specialty paper, we have one set of specialty paper that has a white core. The thing I love so much about Stampin' Up's regular cardstock is it does not have a white core, so that when you tear it, you don't get that bright white stark line. But for this particular look that the artist was going for, they did create a white core so that when you tear it, it's going to have this look like here, like that. And so I think on occasion it's a good thing. It is not my favorite thing, so that's why I love Stampin' Up cardstock, because sometimes when you get just cheap cardstock, it's only colored on that very thin top layer. Sometimes the back isn't even colored, and then the rest of the inside is white. And so here we have our cardstock. I just love the bright colors. It's so cheerful. And then here is the back side to that. It's just that berry burst color with different patterns and some of that white core showing. Here's another one. It has that kind of grunge background, and the print faces this way on this half and this way. It's one that you can just cut in half, and you usually cut this paper into 6. You may have a little waste in the middle, but it's great just to design a card front right from there. Here we have the pretty peacock. This is hard to say, but it has columns of that print coming down here as well. If you were looking for a way to get a little bit more out of your cardstock, you could cut it in these sections. That would also work, but it's overwhelmingly just the floral. And here's, I'm guessing this is fresh freesia. Let's see. Yes, fresh freesia. And then this whole array of colors. That's going to be so fun. I could see this being a wonderful background on your scrapbook pages. I started in scrapbooking. That's kind of where my love of paper crafting. I've always been a paper person. As I say, I have a love for office supplies, but I started with scrapbooking and then learned card making, and haven't, I just love it all. And then this one is, again, kind of like that, where you could cut it in the middle, a combination of all these prints. Same as before, just a different set of colors. And a pretty peacock. And then we have a whole sheet of these paper flowers. And I missed it. I need to research this more, but I guess Sarah Douglas on her video also talked about something that makes these paper flowers. I don't know. It's not in these dies. There must be something else that creates these paper flowers, and that's actually what's on our catalog in the back. But I think these are really pretty, and then the lemon lime twist. And again, here's some things that I like, these layouts. And I have that flagged here. I like that layout. Even though I didn't get the set, it's not my favorite. But I still like some of the card layouts. I'm going to go ahead and here are those paper flowers on the back of our catalog. And so I want to bring in some things that don't go with a suite or aren't the major bundles or whatnot, just kind of random things. I got this Elegant Edge tag topper punch. These are great for mass producing things. Just all kinds of ways that you can use these for tags. You can just use them for a little element on your card. Great way to, you could punch both ends of a sentiment and create a different shape tag. Like that a lot. This is another new embossing folder. This is the exposed brick, and it has brick and then just kind of some grungy looking, I'm guessing like the, grout kind of thing in here. Or I will have to emboss this, to be honest with you, to see. I just didn't take time to do it. What it turns out, whether it looks like the mortar, whether it looks like dirt, I'm not sure how this is going to go. You could probably get some different effects with maybe inking up different areas of this. This will be fun to play with. And I didn't really pull these apart and sort them out. You get 2 in each color. This is the new, these are the new in colors, and this is called Luster specialty paper, and it's very smooth. It has a slight amount of shimmer. It's not as shimmery as some of our other papers, but it does have a nice texture. And it was dark in my office, or getting darker last night when I was opening this. I can't tell if these are two different. I can't tell if there's a definite back. It does seem like this side is definitely has more of a luster to it, but this would be the boho blue. This is the, oh man, this one's killing me. Copper clay, and I love this color. I just cannot, I want to call it pecan pie, but that's one in our regular line. Moody mauve. Like I say, there are two of each color. Pebbled path. I think this is going to be a great color for us, especially like times when you don't want a dark black sentiment. I think sometimes stamping a sentiment in this will be really nice. And then wild wheat. And I just wanted to show you, whenever my paper comes, I collect my cardboard that it comes in, but I take it out for storage. And if it's just that regular cardboard and just has this tag, I just cut that out of the shrink wrap and put this in my folder. But this is soft shimmer paper. Let me look. This is Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy, and Pretty Peacock. I think that this time there were just a lot of things to get because we have so many new colors. And it looks like one sheet of each, but this goes a long way. You generally aren't going to cut a whole card background in this. You're going to use this to die cut things or put little, like couple strips or something like that to embellish your card. I love this Bubble Bath. I'm really anxious to play with that a little bit more. Here's my Lost Lagoon. Look how nicely that pairs with that Night of Navy. How pretty is that? And then the Pretty Peacock. And I apologize, I should have tacked this down, but I thought some of you do the grid paper and would like to see it. They've split the grid up into two. I'm guessing because they got rid of the 6x6 for the Stamparatus since it's gone. But some people really like this smaller size. You can cut it down. I think was probably their thought process on here, but it's still so great for measuring. Let's bring in some ribbons that don't really go with anything else. It's the combo pack. I shouldn't say they don't go with anything. They go with a lot of things. They're going to go with that, is it called Bright and Beautiful, whichever ones that have the balloons. And with that really bright set of papers, these are going to go nicely. This is Bubble Bath, Azure Afternoon, and Lemon Lolly. It's a sheer ribbon, but it's not totally see-through. Let's try with the Lemon Lolly. See, you can still see through it. It's not like a super fragile ribbon. This one's going to be nice. This, again, that metallic stitching is going to make it more durable for some of your uses, but yet it's still really soft to tie. This one, they call it Natural. It's pretty white. And it has like a herringbone design on it. I think this will be good. It's larger. You probably aren't going to tie too many bows for your cards on that with this, but it's great for packaging. It's great for wrapping around your cards. I think that we will get to play. Some people might deconstruct this. We'll have to see how that goes and see how you could use it that way. Here we have Misty Moonlight. And this is, what's this actually called? I didn't put that on here. Inner Braid Ribbon, I guess is what it's called. But I think this is nice. It's going to be a great focal image on your card layouts. I think that is really fun. This might vie for my favorite ribbon. It is Pecan Pie. When you see it in the catalog, I think you feel that it's going to be very, very stiff. That is anything but the case. It is so dreamy soft. Like you can just wrap it. It's hard to do while it's still on the spool and on camera, but you can just see how that's just easy to work with. I love this ribbon. I think this is going to be great for this fall season, for mail cards, just all kinds of different ways to use this ribbon. This is a paper that doesn't really have it's not attached to a suite or a certain thing. It is just in the back where all the DSP is, and it's called Glorious Gingham. This is one you might have missed, but I believe this is Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, Pretty Peacock, Berry Burst, and let's see, is this Pecan Pie or is this Copper Clay? Pecan Pie. That one actually is Pecan Pie. So I think those will be nice. So it has this larger gingham on this side, and it has the traditional small gingham on the back. There are some coloring things. Watercolor pencils are group 1. We have 2 assortments of watercolor pencils. So assortment 1 has been reconfigured since they did the color refresh. And so I bought the new set of watercolor pencils, assortment 1. And I was back and forth on this. But if you yourself have a $450 order, or a group of friends go together, or you have a party, whatever you do that gets your sales to $450, then you get to choose one half price item. And so this is what I chose for my half price item, was the large marker assortment. Let me turn these the right way. Just because we cannot order them individually when one goes dry, and they've been reconfigured. We showed that in the last video, how the nibs on the markers are different, and we've had so many new colors. I just went ahead and got all new ones since I could get them for half price. If you have the other markers and you're not having any issues, do not pay full price to get a new set of markers, just unless you really need to. But I'm in this situation where I'm using these a lot more than most people. I'm just going to collect my old markers together, and I go with my husband out of town often when he works out of town, and so I'm going to take those with me when I do that. And last but not least, we have some embellishments. These are the adhesive back sparkle gems. Oh, they are so sparkly and pretty. I mean, we've had ones that are similar to this, but I love the black and I'm not sure if this is gold or more. This is more like that copper clay or pecan pie color. I'm not sure that it even tells me on these what color those are. And I ordered so many new embellishments that I couldn't even tell you. These are called Tinsel Gems 4-pack. There's a 3-pack and a 4-pack. So there we have the colors there. And they have a little tiny, I'm trying to look here really close. They have a little tiny bit of sparkle in them, not a lot. They're mostly just clear. These are the 2022-24 colors, the pearls. I think these are really fun too. They have like an iridescent kind of finish to them. But they're all small, and that's what I like about those. These are ombre matte decorative dots. And we've had these in different colors in the past. But again, with those color refreshes coming through, we just have a lot of new colors. And I try very hard not to use retired products when I'm doing videos, because that just frustrates you because you can't get them anymore. So I think these are really, really fun. And then this is the Tinsel Gem 3-pack. So you get more of these and you get more in each size. So those are pretty as well. I believe that I have shown you everything that was in my pre-order or my main order, except for I use my Stampin' Rewards to do things like seal, multi-purpose glue, dimensionals, all those things, envelopes. And so I didn't figure you all needed to see those, but I just thought you might want to see a little closer up look of some of our new products for the 2023-2024 annual catalog. As always, remember to be kind, send a card, and do something creative. Bye-bye.